The mountain has grown too quiet. Quiet stone gathers old hunger, old fear, old debts. Another cycle comes, and again only 3 clans are allowed near the gates: Strigoi, Pricolici, Vitma Pădurii. The rest of us are asked to trust the measure. The waters below Babariu have not slept. They pass through salt, stone, and old bone, carrying memories older than this hole. When văltoarea veacurilor begins to move, nothing stays untouched, not even those who believe the spiral has chosen them. We hear it too, in the air, in the breath, in the little lies between your words. Chosen, measured, worthy. Such steep words for a dance already moving. One thread pulled too tightly through Obârșia, and suddenly one clan believes the whole pattern belongs to them. Careful, Liwara. A pattern does not hold because it dances. It holds because every line knows its measure. My clan raised temples before some here learned to read stone. If a Pricolici enters the gates, it is because precision has earned its place. Measure has its place, Luke, but not every living flow obeys a line. The Strigoi do not drink blood like village tales claim. We take văltoarea moving through breath, fear, memory, and flesh. What others call hunger, we refine into control. You both speak as if the gates reveal what is true. They do not. They reveal what survives being seen. My clan knows the old art of masks, skins, voices, and borrowed shapes. What enters the trial may not be what returns from it. Good, then everyone is dangerous and everyone is misunderstood. A beautiful beginning for disaster. Obârșia was not formed so one clan could pull văltoarea into its own hands. The last time the world followed only one truth, the waters had to correct it. Azarion, do we make ourselves heard? Obârșia is heard. Your voice is my voice, and your will moves through me. I do not stand above the root of Babariu. I carry it forward. The hall will open, the gates will measure, and the cycle will turn. When you first arrive at Babariu, they tell you the usual things. The mountain chose you. The clans are united. The Solomonarii exist to protect balance. And if you are new, tired, and trying very hard not to look useless, you believe it. I did, for a while. Then you spend enough time inside the school, and you start noticing something. Babariu says one thing in the books, another thing in the halls, and something completely different when the teachers think no one is listening. That is where you first hear about Obârșia Babariului, the root of Babariu. Officially, Obârșia is the highest authority in the school. 7 masters, 7 teachers, 1 from each clan. Together they guide Babariu and keep the disciplines in balance. That is the clean version, the version copied into books, the version younger students repeat when they still want to impress someone. The corridor version is better. Some say Obârșia began as a pact between the clans. Others say it began because every clan was afraid of what the others would do if no one watched them. Personally, I do not think those two ideas are very different, because that is what Obârșia really does. It watches. It watches the students, it watches the teachers, the clans, and most importantly, itself. Babariu is not as unified as it pretends to be. Every clan respects the school, of course they do, but every clan also wants the school to move closer to its own way of seeing the world. The Strigoi understands control, Pricolici understands structure, Vidma Pădurii understands perception. The others have their own truths, their own fears, their own plans, and all of them are useful. That is the problem. Useful things become dangerous when no one is allowed to question them. So Obârșia exists to keep the clans in check. Not as friends, not as one happy family, more like 7 powerful teachers sitting in the same room because everyone knows what would happen if one of them was left alone with the future. The first story students hear about the 7 is always the clean one. After the old world broke, the clans came to the mountain carrying whatever they had managed to keep. Not everything, just fragments. One clan remembered how to bind the flow. Another remembered how to measure it. Another how to hide it, read it, move with it, survive it, or remember where it had passed. The books make it sound beautiful. 7 clans bringing 7 pieces of wisdom together. Very noble, very peaceful, very unlikely. The official version says the first masters were chosen because they could hold more than their own clan's truth. That is why they became the root of Babariu, the place where the school begins, or at least the place the school points to when students ask too many questions. The way I understand it, each member of the 7 carries a danger Babariu needs, but cannot fully trust. Control, measure, illusion, memory, movement, endurance, restraint, useful things, terrible things if left alone for too long. So the mountain did what mountains do best. It buried the pressure deep and built a school on top of it. That is Babariu, a place where every lesson feels like education until you realize it is also containment. Every discipline has a purpose. Every rule has a scar behind it. And every teacher who smiles too calmly probably knows which one. You do not see the 7 every day. That is the point. In Babariu, power does not always need to enter the room. Sometimes it is just the reason no one else dares to. You feel them in small things. A door that stays locked. A lesson that disappears from the schedule. A student moved to another discipline without explanation. A teacher who stops talking the moment one of their names is mentioned. Younger students think the 7 are somewhere above the school. Older students know better. They are inside it, in the rules, in the training, in the way every clan smiles at the others while quietly counting knives under the table. They do not need to shout order. They decide what can be taught, what stays hidden, and who is allowed to become dangerous. That is why students call them the root. Not because they are always seen, but because everything in Babariu grows around. So yes, that is Obârșia Babariului. 7 teachers, 1 mountain, and somehow still not the most stressful part of being a student here. Thanks for watching. If you are new here, check the Solomonarii playlist to catch up with the world, the clans, and the story so far. Subscribe if you want to follow the project as it grows, and leave a comment if you have a favorite member of the 7. And remember, if a door in Babariu is locked, it's probably for your safety, or because something inside is still deciding what shape to wear. Until next time, walk carefully and do not answer voices from the forest. Trust me, you may not like what you hear back.